So it begins. You can probably officially say the flare has already been shot, shall we say. The cannons have been rolled out, and it's the battle for the Labour leadership. And not quite surprisingly, and somebody I could certainly get behind in a Labour leadership contest, is Keir Starmer. According to this poll from The Guardian, he is the frontrunner. Okay, yeah, I can get behind him. He's good. He's got a good track record. I definitely think that he's definitely someone who can give Johnson a run for his money, and that is who we need in power. Johnson is someone who is immune to almost criticism, but if you can get someone who like this guy who can properly hold him to account and make him look like the buffoon he is, he will lose electorally and seem less prime ministerial, which in an election is quite important. So, into the article then. Keir Starmer has emerged as an early frontrunner for the Labour leadership race to succeed Jeremy Corbyn after a poll of members suggested that he was the first choice in all regions of the UK, age groups and social classes. The shadow Brexit secretary is yet to formally launch his campaign, but is expected to do so in the first few weeks of the new year. The new leader will be elected in March after Corbyn has said that he would step down following the party's defeat in the general election. Polling from YouGov for party members project puts Starmer as winning with a 61% vote share to 39% share for the shadow business secretary Rebecca Long-Bailey in the last round. And quite frankly, that is someone we do not need to lead this party. Honestly, like, if she does win, I will support her, but I have massive criticisms against her. I do not think she could do the job that Starmer could do, which is hold Johnson to account. When she's been on Question Time, she has performed horribly, absolutely awful. And bear in mind, if you are not politically following politics closely, or following these people, Question Time is very much often the way the MPs get out to the public. It's their first port of call, and numerous times she's been on there, she has failed at every single hurdle, and you're just like, why? I mean, maybe maybe she'll get better as time goes on. I'm willing to concede that point that she may do. She may surprise me if she does win. Who knows? But at the moment, I'm behind Starmer in this. Jess Phillips, the chair of the Women's Parliamentary Labour Party, who was yet to declare if she is running, was the third most popular choice among the members, who were surveyed between the 20th and the 30th of December. The results at this preliminary stage suggest that the winner is unlikely to come from the left of the party, according to Professor Tim Bailey of the Queen Mary University of London, who jointly ran the poll with the University of Sussex. This is not shaping up to be a 2015-style Labour leadership contest, unless potential candidates drop out before the start of the voting. It may take a few rounds to decide the winner this time around. But it doesn't look like at the moment as if the winner will come from the left of the party. Right now anyway, Keir Starmer looks to be heading for a fairly emphatic victory, he said. So far, the Shadow Foreign Secretary Emily Thornberry and the Shadow Treasury Minister Clive Lewis have officially said that they want to run to be the next Labour leader. Phillips, who represents Birmingham, Yardley and Wigan, and Lisa Nadley are expected to stand, while the former Labour Minister and Home Affairs Select Committee, Yvette Cooper, is understood to be weighing up her options as to whether she will vie for the leadership for a second time. The party chairman and Corbyn ally Ian Leverley, who lambasted the party's performance on their muddled stance on Brexit, might also run. A former National Union of Mine Workers co-chairman who supports leaving the EU, he said that he would be the most left-wing of all the political candidates. The poll will be interesting reading from all those who said that they were using the Christmas break to decide whether to launch their official campaigns and gain the signatures of MPs needed to get on the ballot. In the survey of the 1,000 Labour Party members suggested have done, 31 put Starmer as their first choice and backed Long Bailey as their favourite. Phillips received 11, Lewis and Cooper were the first choice for 7% of the members, and Thornbury was on 6 and Natalie was on 5. So very, very clear choice among there. Again, amongst, as it says here, amongst all age groups and social classes, that Starmer does seem to be the choice. Again, we need someone who can, at this moment, we don't need a civil war. We need a party that can be united and go forward. And I think that, bear in mind, if you are on the left, don't worry about losing the policies or anything like that. They are still going to be there. Campaign for them and show that those policies are popular, as we already know they're popular, and keep them in that manifesto. So I say this to Momentum, don't be afraid of Starmer. Reach out, start building bridges. This is what you need to do. Don't despair if you think that he's too not far left enough for you. This isn't a time for purity testing. We need to be united, we need to gather around a leader, and we need to put forward proper leftist policies, and Starmer will do that. With the don't knows removed from the survey and the numbers put through a simulated leadership vote, Professor Bailey and Webb of the university found that Starmer beat Long Bailey in the last round by 61 to 39. In the simulation, Phillips was knocked out in the preliminary round with 18% of the vote. Cooper made it through to the fourth round. Natalie and Thornbury were knocked out. They're the first to be knocked out. The Leave Remain split may impact on the eventual vote, as Long Bailey is ranked first by just 19% of the members who voted Remain in 2016, but 31% of those who voted to leave. Starmer, on the other hand, is ranked first by only 17% of leaders, but 13.4% of Remainers. The majority of the party members are Remainers, which may work in his favour in an actual vote. There is little difference between the popularity of the candidates between men and women, although Long Bailey is fractionally more popular among male members. It certainly doesn't look as if Labour's members are necessarily persuaded that it's time the party had a female leader. They seem more interested in picking the best person for the job, irrespective of gender, said Bailey, who co-wrote the Foot Soldiers' political party membership for the 21st century. Starmer is also shown in the survey to be more popular than Long Bailey in all age groups, particularly of those aged over 60. He was also more popular with the middle class members by 14 points over Long Bailey. Much of the reflection among members after election has been on whether the Labour needs someone from the north of England to reconnect to voters in former heartland seats that fell to the Tories. However, the most northern of all MPs, Lisa Natalie, does not seem any more popular among Labour members than those living in the north among those of other UK regions. Labour's northern member seats seem to be just as keen as members from other parts of this country on Starmer, who represents Holborn and St Pancras in North London. Scottish members were shown to be much more in favour of Starmer to Long Bailey, who polled at 11% compared to Starmer's 42%. Bale said, "For all the talk of Labour needing some northern grit in order to help regain its so-called northern wall seats and working class voters, it looks like the membership are more interested in who they will think will do the best job than from what background they will come from." So that's how it's shaping up. Like I say, we'll have to see. We'll keep an eye out and see what happens. But yeah, definitely going to be interesting. Definitely going to see what Starmer has planned. As I said, he hasn't yet announced of doing this video, announced he will be running, but we'll see. Like I say, we will go through all the candidates eventually and what their plans are, what they say need to change about the Labour Party, and so on and so on. We'll go through it all. So we'll see you soon.